we'll just give everyone an opportunity to learn about the opportunities that are here with student media, and more importantly, you'll be able to hear from the people that make this happen and ask them any questions and things about any opportunities that are available, and we'll get straight to it. So we'll allow everyone to introduce themselves and talk about the organization that they represent.
Okay. Hello, I'm Melina. I'm president of BELT, which is Broadcast Experimental Learning Team. Basically what we do is we teach students TV production in our sports games here at GSU, but it's really for, you can go and cross over into different types of TV industries, not just sports, but we really want to give you guys like hands-on learning on like camera work, audio, engineering, graphics, anything like that. So if you guys are interested, please check us out on PIN.
Hi, I'm Hunter. I'm the creative director of The Signal, the school's newspaper. I'm pretty much in charge of just like the look of the paper and stuff like that, but I'll let Amira tell you about the paper itself.
Hi, I'm Amira, and I'm the editor-in-chief of The Signal. So we're the student newspaper, and we really serve as a way for students to gain experience as far as writing and the creative side of things, while also sort of spreading news about the local community and just the Georgia State campus. So, yeah. Our first issue is out. It came out this past Monday. Yes, thank you. Feel free to, scope it out somewhere around here, various places on campus. And, we print bi-weekly, so our next one isn't coming out this Monday, but it'll be out the following Monday. Okay. All right.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm the general manager at WRAS L88, our student radio station here at Georgia State. We basically are a radio station on 88.5 FM. We run 24 hours, but you can usually catch us on your normal radio at 7 p.m. when we start broadcasting on our main wavelength. But we are run by students fully. We have DJs in shifts, and you can be part of that DJ group there, and you come in, you get to announce different PSAs, talk about music, get more involved with running shows and just talking about different issues around campus, around Atlanta. We do a lot of music as well as journalism if you're interested in that. But yeah. Cool.
Hi, I'm Kim, and I also work at Album 88. I am the music director there, so I handle like submissions and putting new music on our regular rotation hours.
Hey guys, I'm Brian Gallegos. I'm the 88 sessions coordinator for Album 88, and basically we'd be doing like stuff like this, setting up like live events and producing live events for bands and local artists in Atlanta. So we do a lot of hands-on activities like live production, live audio stuff, and it's a pretty cool way to learn and do live stuff. Yeah.
So I guess the most important question for everybody here would be how to get involved with your organization and how soon can I do that?
I'll just get closer. So the best way to get involved with BELT is just joining us on PIN. We're open to all majors. You literally go to our page and you press request to join, and I'll accept you. And then you, from there, join us on group meets so you can get announcements and updates on our events and stuff. And we also have an iCollege page now where you do an orientation, and that way you can learn about the different types of avenues that we have for TV production.
To get involved with The Signal, we have an application link live on our Instagram right now, and that's going to be, hold on, I'm pulling it up. It's going to be Signal GSU, and you apply on there. We'll kind of go through your application, check out your portfolio, go from there, reach out to you, and yeah.
Yep. And also, if you're not able to do that, if you do request to join on PIN, usually we can send you an email and just send the application link to you. But yeah, definitely go to our bio for that.
For joining Album 88, our registration form will be live now if you're already on our PIN page, but if you're not, you can go to pin.gsu.edu, look up RAS Album 88, and you can join our PIN page and fill out the application there, and you'll get contacted towards the end of September with more information about orientation and doing your training sessions. So just fill out the application and then wait for more information to come.
Yeah, we have a table over there with our very lovely Edith, so you can go get some swag and leave your name and your email as well.
It'll be the same thing for 88 sessions. We do if you want to join now, just let me know. Like, pull me aside, and I'll get your information. So.
Next, I'll ask everyone to go a little bit in depth about what exactly your organization has. Obviously, with the Signal, it's like I can write with the paper, or with Album 88, it's okay, I can be on the radio. But it's so much more to it. You have different departments, whether it's graphics, photography, so on and so forth. So touch a little bit about those specific areas and with somebody else that might not want to be on air or publish the actual paper or write. What else can someone get involved in?
So with Belt, we have a bunch of different departments that you can get involved with. It doesn't have to just be camera. Specifically what I do audio engineering. So I work with the soundboard and make sure the audio is good for our broadcast on ESPN. But you can also do graphics, which is what pops up on the screen every time they score, or you can do a replay, which takes clips from previous showings and replays them during the live showing. There's so many different departments that you can do that you're interested in. It doesn't just have to be camera work. You can also do engineering if you're love to get into the nitty gritty and love to set up for like the games and stuff. And we also have cinematography, which is more about taking photos at the games and being on the sidelines. And we're starting to do journalism too as well. So you can do reporting at like the side on the side. And just, I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But we have so many different departments, it's hard to list all of them. But definitely check us out on our iCollege if you are interested in joining. That way you can get a description of each one and just have fun, like, learning all of them.
So I'll speak a little bit on my side on the creative team. So we have, if you're into photography and you like doing camera work, we do have a photo team. And we also have an illustration team. And we try to have like a photo and illustration for each story. So what you'd be doing with that is you'd be working with the reporters, kind of seeing what their story is about, and then kind of going out on the field and getting photos and stuff for that. And then we're also working on a social media team right now, and we're trying to look for people who are good with like social media graphics, helping with like marketing, stuff like that. And then as well, we are starting a video broadcast almost. And for that, we're looking for reporters, camera operators, editors, people that can just kind of go out on the field and really help capture those stories.
Yeah, so in addition to that, we have the editorial side of things, which is writing. We have arts and living, news, opinions, and sports. That's all. Yeah, and we're hiring for all of those, so definitely if you're interested in that, feel free to apply. We also have a business/marketing team, and we're also looking for someone who can potentially do things with our website, just sort of, help with all that. So I guess those are the main areas that we're focusing on.
For Album 88, if you are interested in music, definitely you'll enjoy it, and I'm sure Kim can talk a bit more about that specifically. But if you're more interested in doing journalism, such as like interviewing artists or talking to people in the community about issues, we definitely have things for that. We have production if you want to know about how radio actually happens, what goes on technologically on the back end. We have a production director, Marie Lee, who can really teach you about that, and you can learn more if you are interested in that subject matter. If you want to know about social media and like promotions, like our promotion director, Emmett, who's here today, can tell you about like getting in contact with artists. If you want to go more into that and learn like actually how to reach out to people in the industry and get comfortable doing that. But yeah, we just have a lot going on to interact with the music scene and the broadcast scene.
Yeah, so if you go through all the training process and your legal sessions and things like that, you'll get swipe access to our station, which is 24/7. So it's really nice to have like a space on campus that you can go to, either hanging out or producing content, because we have 2 production booths outside of our main broadcast booth to like work on shows. You can start a podcast. So it's pretty useful thing to have. What else can you do? We throw events. We do events.
And some of the events that we have are actually having artists here perform. So with that, we have interviewers who want to, interview the artist. Let's say you don't want to do camera or audio. We have an interview for that. And let's say you don't want to do camera, you could do audio, and we just break down the production process. So there definitely is spots for anyone interested in like live production and whatnot. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And you can do it now too.
Where can we find you all, and if we want to visit the spaces, how often can we come? And if the spaces aren't open, what's the best way to contact you to explore some of these areas?
So we're actually found in the stadium, which is kind of far from here, so you would have to take the bus. But we're pretty much open as long as it's not a game day, like a football game or anything like that. But you're more than welcome to come visit us and like explore our control rooms, especially because we had renovations over the summer. But in order to contact us, the best way is to email us at bell@gsu@gmail.com. Or you can also DM our Instagram, which is bell@gsu. Either one would work, and we would respond right away.
If you want to come and see the Signals office, we're in room 250 in this building, Student Center West. Generally, one of us will be there Monday through Thursday, like 10 to 5-ish. Like, there's generally someone in there. If you knock on the door, we have a doorbell. Someone will come let you in. We'll speak to you. You can kind of hang out. Room 250. Yeah, if you come out here and literally wrap around just to the other side of the building.
Yeah, or if there was like a specific time that you were trying to talk to someone, you could DM the Signal on Instagram or email one of us at like our student accounts.
All of our emails are in the paper.
And online.
Similarly, if you want to reach us, we are also in Student Center West. We are down the hall. I believe the room is 270, if I'm not mistaken. 271, thank you. We usually have, starting next week, we'll have DJs in there pretty consistently. If you want to kind of wave one of us down in the production booth or knock on the door, you're more than welcome to kind of check out our lobby if you just want to ask questions. But if you are wanting to get access to the station at a time that we're not there, you can always reach out to us on Instagram. I believe it's Album 88 Atlanta. Yes, Album 88 Atlanta on Instagram, or on any of the emails that are posted on our door. If you want to reach out to get in contact to schedule a tour, we'll be more than welcome to.
Yeah, maybe we'll do an open house.
Yes, and there will possibly be an open house announced on PIN for more information. Yeah.
May you all each speak to your student media experience. Obviously, you get started, and how long have you been involved, and just give some insight as to what can one expect. I see a lot of you have cross-collaborated and have participated in different outlets as well. So just speak to your experience. When did you join, and what's your experience been like? And I'm sure that's unique to each of you.
So I actually started at Album 88. Shout out to you guys. I still DJ there too, and I actually have a specialty show now. But I've been with them for 2 years, and that was my first introduction to student media. I started as a freshman, and I remember coming on campus. That was one of the first things I wanted to do was get involved with college radio. But last year in September, I started with GSPN, which is our work organization. So Belt, it's fairly new, but I started with them last year, and at first it kind of started off as a job because I needed money, but as the training went on, I actually enjoyed my time there and learning different ways to get involved with production and how audio worked and TV and movies. So I've been with them for a year, and I'd say the experience has gone pretty well, and it's interesting to see how what goes on behind the scenes of a sports game, because normally when I go to a game, I'm there as a fan, so you don't really see the people who, you don't really see like the producers or anything, because everything's like behind closed doors. But so far, I'd say like I definitely enjoyed production, and it's been interesting to like be able to have that experience of audio with radio and have it like transfer over into TV.
I got started with student media 3 years ago. I jumped like straight to the Signal. I joined as a staff photographer, and then I just kind of kept going in there and working my way up. But honestly, it's been an amazing experience. You meet like a lot of cool people, a lot of collaboration. You kind of get like really involved on campus, and you get to see like a lot of different sides that you probably just wouldn't see if you're just kind of like going to class, going home, etc. So I definitely recommend it. You meet a lot of cool people, a lot of cool friends, and you get to see a lot. So yeah.
I also started with the Signal 3 years ago. I started as a writer, and then I was arts and living editor, and then managing editor, and now editor-in-chief. So yeah, I sort of was just looking for some journalism experience and wanted a good way to get involved with something on campus. Sort of similar to what Hunter said, it is a really good way to just sort of get out there, build your own portfolio, and meet new people. So yeah.
I also started at Al Mediate my freshman year. I saw the stickers everywhere, and I had done like a tour during my freshman orientation, so I really wanted to get involved with the radio station. And at first I was pretty nervous, just like going into it not knowing anybody there, but the DJs at Al Mediate are all so cool and very unique, and they all have something interesting that you are bound to learn about them if you run into them at the station. And I just really enjoyed everybody there, and I got more involved working with my specialty show also on Al Mediate, and so that was another way for me to really have a creative outlet that I really enjoyed having, and I just really fell in love with the station.
I've been at the station a few years now as music director, kind of got thrown into it. I first applied as an assistant music director, and then got asked to become music director. And it's been really great, just like interacting with actual industry folks and like learning about promoters and record labels and bands and going to shows and things like that. So you do really get a lot of hands-on experience with like the industry itself. And yeah, just reviving RASFest was really great to bring back, and that's how I got involved, more involved. And yeah, I feel like I do a lot of stuff at the station except be on air. So I feel like I do everything else, but I'm trying to change that, so hope to get like a specialty show before I leave.
Very similarly, I started Album 88 my freshman year. It was really exciting meeting new cool people, and I definitely didn't hang out there as much as I should have. I made some of my good friends there, and definitely hang out there if you have the chance. Then I bounced to the Signal for a little while, and I was like a camera operator. It was pretty fun. And then I did some stuff with MTM, the record label, which I wouldn't have gotten if I didn't do Album 88 and meeting cool people. So there's opportunities to be made there with the right connections and whatnot. So I definitely urge you guys to join one of these great things. You never know where you might end up doing. So.
I will also say, in addition to the organizations represented here at the table, you do have a few more. We still have literary journals, so that's Underground and New South. We also have Neon, which is more video production based. But I think more than that, even if you're unsure of which organization to join, but you just have a passion for student media, you still are welcome to explore some of our spaces. So student media, we actually have different equipment as far as cameras. We have digital graphic design machines and editing bays and different things like that, and also a whisper room, which is located in the actual student media office, which is directly across from the student media hub, which is where the Signal primarily works out of. So if you have any student media related projects, such as videos or things you need to edit or report on, but you're unsure of actual organizations, definitely feel free to come and stop by And also, if you don't, if you have like an idea and it's something that you don't necessarily hear, that doesn't necessarily mean it's something that's not happening. So I encourage everyone to ask personal questions with any representatives for the organization. My next question for the panel would be, are there any key dates sort of coming up, whether it be applications, any key events, any other opportunities to see you all, and anything that's relevant throughout the fall semester?
So far, we haven't worked on our calendar for this semester, so just be sure to check us out on PIN as we update that to get information on our events and stuff. But you can primarily see us working at any of the home games here. If you just look on the sidelines and see those big cameras, that's us. And then if you see any of us, you're more than welcome to just come up and ask questions, and we'll be happy to help you with anything that you may be concerned of.
So our next issue is September 9th, so that's something to look out for. Something to look out for there. And then we're trying to have everyone like onboarded for this semester by the end of September. Like September 23rd is like our deadline at the moment. So we urge you to get your applications in now so we can kind of start going through all those and talk to all y'all. And then along with that, we're in a transition period right now, so we're still planning out the full calendar as far as like open house or other events and stuff like that. So keep on the lookout like on our Instagram or on PIN, anything like that, and you'll see all that stuff.
And then we'll also be at the student involvement fair in September, so feel free to come chat then. And there's a lot of news going on this year, big things happening, so stay tuned.
Yes, I'll maybe also be at the Student Involvement Fair, September 19th, if you want to drop by. We will also, like I mentioned, the cutoff date for applications is going to be September 22nd. So starting today and up until that point, just be sure to go on PIN, join our PIN page, and then fill out the application so that we can get everybody into the station and learning about being a DJ so that we can hopefully start getting people on air this semester.
And then September 20th, so the day after the involvement fair, we're going to be screening a documentary in Cinefest. It's going to be free and open to everyone. So it's 35,000 watts. It's a history of college radio. It came out this year or last year, but come check it out. It's going to be September 20th, Friday at 2 p.m. Any dates?
88 Sessions would be meeting September 19th to go over audio stuff. So if you're a big audio guy, please come. We need you desperately. And we are usually we've booked up the entire semester for events and concerts and whatnot, which are to be announced. So if you want to get your hands onto that, please pull me aside so I can add you to the Discord and whatnot. But yeah.
For any of our folks online or also in person, Zoana, would you like to come and let the people know if they're on the perimeter campus, what opportunities that they potentially have there?
My name is Zoana Price. I am the student media advisor on the perimeter campus, and all of the perimeter campus students are able to participate on any of the platforms that we have. We will be having our student media showcase next Wednesday, which is September 4th at 11:30, so you are welcome to attend that. That will be on the Clarkston campus. And in addition, on the Clarkston campus, we have the Whisper Room, a big Whisper Room, which is the room where you record podcasts. So we are looking for students to come in to produce, to direct, to record podcasts. So if you're interested in that, you can send me an email or attend the event. My email is zprice@gsu.edu, and that's Z as in zebra. And if you have any other questions, you can pull me to the side, or you can always email me. And we do have a group me as well. I will have that information. If you go to PIN Student Media, you can join there, and then I'll send you an email that'll have more information about our group me. And we do have one more tour this summer, fall. It will be with Warner Brothers Discover Studios, and that will be on September 18th. And there is a limited number of slots still available, so if you wanted to attend that, just go ahead and sign up on PIN for that as well.
Thank you, Zoana. So when she talks about student media tours, how long has it been since anyone's been on like a field trip? A long time, right? But yeah, so this summer we had the opportunity to explore a lot of video production companies throughout the city of Atlanta, to where we got a lot of behind the scenes action in terms of the jobs that are available and a lot of the skill sets. So students were able to see firsthand, how some of those transferable skills from student media could lead to other opportunities. And it's nice to interact and connect with different professionals throughout the Atlanta area. So that's definitely something that we will continue as a department. Also, Casey, who you can't see because he's doing the audio and the live stream, but he typically hosts our special effects workshops. So if you ever thought like, oh, it would be cool to do like scary movie makeup, or to just see how different things in film primarily works, we'll have those. Actually, they're already up on PEN. I'm not sure of the exact dates, but if you go to the student media PEN page, you'll definitely be able to see the dates and the availability for that. And we'll definitely open up for questions in a bit for anyone that has it. My next question, which is a question that I get a lot from students, is in terms of workload and like the requirements. Some people have more time than others. So what's the level of commitment like for someone that's looking to join? And then also, is experience necessary for myself, or can I just come in fresh and not knowing anything?
So the good thing about Belt is that you create your own workload. You can choose how involved you want to be by picking what shifts you want to be trained on and how many hours you want to work. What? Oh, experience. Okay. Sorry. So in terms of experience, you don't have to have any type of experience. The whole point is about learning and what you're interested in and how you can get more involved with that. I remember last year we hosted a series of workshops throughout the month, learning different skills. So you're more than welcome to attend those as well, but you don't need any type of experience to join, and you don't have to be as involved because you can create your own schedule.
So generally, on the production side, we run on a 2-week production schedule, and we print every other Monday. So the workload for that, if you're on the creative team, you'd be assigned anywhere from like 1 to 2 stories. You just go out and take some photos for that at your own on your own schedule. We want to have everything in by the Tuesday before we print, so you have about a week, maybe a week and a half to get it all done. Same thing with the illustrations; it'd be the same kind of schedule. And then for the video team, it's a little bit more work because you have to actually go out and record and come back and edit. So, and we're going on the same 2-week schedule for that, but it would be a little bit more of a commitment. But honestly, at the end of the day, we're all students, so it's like if you need a week off or you need something here and there, like it's no big.
Yeah, so it's a similar process for writers. Like Hunter said, we are on the 2-week schedule, so writers have a week pretty much to write their stories. And yeah, again, like we're all students, we totally get it. But as far as experience, it is helpful to obviously have that previous like journalism experience, especially if you are trying to be a writer. But also we are understanding and we know that people are here to learn and like they want to learn at the end of the day. So I think just a willingness to learn is super helpful. And if you submit an application but you don't have that experience, communicating that you don't know about this, and we're like so happy to help you and teach you and whatnot.
For Album 88, you definitely don't need any experience. We do training sessions and sit-ins with DJs that are currently on air to teach you all about running the board and reading out promotions and announcing songs that are up and coming. So if you don't have any experience doing broadcasts, we are more than willing to teach you everything that you need to know. And as far as workload, DJs, our volunteer DJs work 2-hour shifts once a week. So it would just be something from like 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on a Tuesday when you would come in, do your shift, and then you would leave. And any more involvement is completely up to you. If you want to attend events, if you want to reach out to different departments to get more experience there, that's all of your own volition, but you just need to come in on time to your 2-hour shift, and that's really the bare minimum for our on-air DJs.
Yeah, and if you can't come in, we have a Discord and you can get your shift covered, things like that. And yeah.
For 88 sessions, you don't need any experience at all. We'd train you and walk you through the process of doing a live production. We have, I'd say, moderate commitment since it's only once every month for I believe 3 to 4 hour periods for the concert and everything, to tear down and everything. So it's like a moderate commitment. We'd hope everyone would be there, but we get understanding things you can't show up or whatnot. So yeah.
Does anyone in the audience have a question? You could either come up or you could just say it to me and I can repeat it. Whatever works for you.
I have a pretty loud voice, so I may not even need the microphone. But, sorry, I'll get to my question. So about the emails, you said belt at GSU, belt at GSU. Would that be an AT or would it be the @ sign?
It would be AT.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was just like,
No.
would it be @ or would it
No, you're good.
So for the folks online, the question was for the belt email, is it for belt at gsu.gmail.com? The @ is the word @ and not the @ symbol.
for the for the first part, and then it's the @ symbol, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure, making extra sure. Thank you.
So, I was interested if we're able to join more than 2 committees. I was interested in going to sports broadcasting as a professional. I already have a good amount of experience in it, but I wanted to see if I could maybe join Belt and the Signal to get as much experience as I can.
The question is, are students allowed to join multiple student media related organizations?
So I'm also I'm part of Belt and Album 88, but also the GSPN, which is Georgia State Production Network. You're more than welcome to join too. It's just a matter of if you're able to balance them both.
Everything she said. Yeah, you can join both. Yeah, literally, yes.
I just had to hear it from you, too.
Yeah. Now we're all on the same page. Yeah. Please join.
So I had another question. Do you have to be a journalism major, or can you be any major to join any of these?
Question is, in terms of your major, does it have to pertain to broadcasting or journalism, or is it open?
It's completely open. Any major you have is totally fine. We work with anyone. I'm a film major, and I joined. Originally it was kind of conflicting, but yeah, you can be any major really. We have people on our business team are on journalism majors. Someone that helps with our social media graphics is a physics major, so really you can do anything and you'll be good.
Yeah. Duality.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Question is Belt and GSPN a part of the same organization? And the reason why I'm repeating the question, although everybody could hear, is we have online folks as well.
Okay, so Belt is an extension of GSPN. We had to create Belt because in order to be trained, we had to be a student organization. So in order to join GSPN, you have to be a part of Belt first because you need to get your trainings in, and then you can apply to be part of GSPN. GSPN is Georgia State Production Network. We're basically the broadcasting team for all the athletic home games here. Yeah, so Belt's email is belt@gsu@gmail. It's beltatgsu@gmail.com.
So everybody at the Album 88 keeps saying these things about specialty shows. I was wondering more about what goes into the specialty shows, how do you get one, what is individually unique about each of those?
For our Album 88 folks, what exactly is a specialty show and how does someone go about getting one?
So basically, a specialty show is a 2-hour block, 1 hour, 2-hour block where DJs curate the entire playlist, and they are for a specific type of music. So the specialty show 88-Bit Trip 88-bit trip that I run, it's all chiptune and video game music. So for that 2-hour block, it's all video game and chiptune music. We have shows like Common Folk, which is all folk music. We have Melodically Challenged, which is all like poetry and things like that. So it doesn't have to be music. But the training that goes into getting a specialty show is just doing sit-ins with other specialty show hosts and seeing how they run, making sure you know like what the exact steps are to doing the show, and then doing a legal session with Chuck to make sure you know all the legal things you can and can't say when you're choosing the entire set list for that block. Yeah.
Does Album 88 take phone calls live on air?
Unfortunately, due to the fact that we are under like FCC rules, we don't do live on-air calls because of the fact that if there's any like swearing or things that happen on air, then we are like legally liable for that. So we do have a phone number that you can call into the station if a DJ is there to talk to a DJ when they're not on air, but we don't have live callers that are on air while they're calling. Yes. Yeah.
We have a buzzer button, but yeah, it's on pause. I think we usually use that for like in guests who come into the booth, and so we're kind of like navigating because yeah, FCC fines are pretty hefty. I think it's like $30K a violation, and like even in a song where maybe it comes back. Like in a chorus or something, it's $30K each time, even it comes back. So, yeah.
I guess this question could be open to anyone, but aside from student media and Georgia State related media things, how often do you all get to connect with people within the industry that might not be involved on campus? So whether that's local media outlets, news stations, radio stations, so on and so forth.
So far, I feel like a lot of people, or not a lot, but there definitely have been alumni who wrote for the Signal in the past who've reached out to, you know, be like, oh, like I wrote for the Signal, like I see you write for the Signal, like let me know if you need anything. So we don't necessarily work with other like groups like directly, but I think that it kind of working for the Signal helps you to have those ties with alumni who do work in professional journalism and can always offer advice and help and whatnot.
I'd say also for Album 88, if you're doing a specific show, there's like interactions if you want to do an interview with like getting in contact with the artist and having that rapport and setting that up. And there's also like on the promotion side of things, getting in contact like legally and making sure you know who you're promoting, when you're promoting, and setting things up like that. And then also for our different shows, there's a lot of like contact with outside businesses.
I would say for me, I'm mostly interacting with people within the industry. So, you know, a lot of booking agents, a lot of promoters around locally, and that want to doing shows, and they want to get their artists on the airwaves, and then local artists, people that like represent artists, like managers and stuff. It's like all of the above, I feel like, for radio. Because we actually broadcast all the way to Alabama. We have like a pretty broad reach. So, yeah, and we're 24/7. So we're pretty, I feel like, legit.
Very similar to what Kim said, would be interacting with, local artists all the time because that's what we do. And I'm sure we'll be able to talk to the managers and whatnot each time they come. So.
Something else I didn't mention is that as a writer, you are able to go to different events. You know, if there's like a concert or something that you wanted to write about, or, you know, something going on in Atlanta, we do have the ability to reach out to that person's press or media pool and try to get you access to that. So that is something that's also very cool.
Along with that, we will do like everything in our power to get you to like the events you're trying to go to. Like if it's like a local show and you're trying to get photos or any other kind of event like that, we'll an interview. Like we can reach out on behalf of the Signal and we'll try to get you in like the best it can be. Like a lot of like not just school events but also local events.
Okay, so for Bell, we actually have a lot of freelancers who work our GSPN side of things, and we also host a bunch of workshops where you go and network with professionals from the industry. Recently, we had one over the summer where you got to work with people from Sony and Fujifilm and get hands-on experience with their big cameras and like just network overall. And I think we're starting soon to tour different types of control rooms, such as the ones in like State Farm Arena and the ones at different college campuses. So we have a lot of experience with freelancers and also just putting people out there, like, and having networking opportunities for the industry.
I would say from the staff standpoint, in addition to the workshops and the student media tours that we do, we are looking forward to bringing other like-minded professionals in to be able to talk to you all as students or do different workshops. And I'll also say, but it depends on your organization, because one thing that the students didn't necessarily touch on is that there are sometimes travel opportunities where you can go to conferences and different events and things like that. So it also depends on that part. And I think also a lot falls on everyone individually. So whether you're in the classroom or you're within organizations, obviously that's going to help you, but also don't be afraid to go out on your own and reach out and send cold messages and things like that on social media. I know some people are sometimes hesitant or, you know, scared with the feedback, but a lot of times professionals look forward to those things. So, but from the student media standpoint, we'll definitely be holding workshops with reporters and different professionals within the Atlanta area. So definitely keep an eye out for a lot of those things, which things from a department standpoint will be posted on PEN, and you'll see news articles that'll kind of give you a heads up before those events. So.
I have another question. Sorry. This goes out to all the organizations. Today we like hear about like all the stuff that you guys do and all the work and all the projects and events that you guys hold, but can you guys speak more about like the social components of the organization, like how many people are in it, or like is it easy to make friends, are people very inviting? I want to know, like, is the meeting space very open? Can you drop in and out all the time?
Aside from the hands-on work of the organizations, journalism aside, can you all speak to the social aspects of your respective organizations?
In terms of social, we actually have a lot of people in Bell because everyone, because of GSPN and stuff. So you'll mostly see everyone together when we have like our shifts, our training shifts, or like our workshops. We're trying to work on having more social events because a lot of the feedback we got last year was that not everyone knows each other. But in terms of like coming in and out and just like hanging around in the space, everyone's welcome in the stadium. It's just you're not allowed there for game days unless you're scheduled, but you're more than welcome to like pop in and say hello. You'll mostly see like our older staff, which is the engineers and like our advisors, but we're working on having more social events. That way we can have everyone come together and connect more.
I'd say our organization is very social. It's like a very like social environment. We just kind of always have the office open. People can come in and do work or talk or just hang out. The way we kind of have it set up is when you walk in, we got some couches to hang out on. The offices are in the back, and even then, it's just like we kind of sit there and talk and like hang out. It's a very social environment. I met this guy named Raymond at the Signal. He's one of the friendliest people I've ever met. So like you could meet some really cool people there. It's great.
Yes, some very cool people. Met Hunter, Raymond, Eduarda. They're pretty cool. But yeah, I feel like recently more people have been coming in just to either, work on things related to the Signal or even just sit, chill, do your own homework. We have about 25 people right now in the organization. But yeah, we're hoping to have more people in the office, so definitely feel free to stop by whenever.
For DJs at Al 88, I think that the station is like a very relaxing and pretty inviting like hangout spot just between classes, even if you're not on shift. We have like a lounge similar to the Signal, and then as you go further back, you have the production rooms and our DJ booth. And even if you're not on air or doing a show, you're more than welcome and encouraged to just hang out there, talk to anybody who's doing their shift at the moment, just hang out, eat your lunch, do some work. And it's a very welcomed environment. We try to have social events about once a month, as often as we can, to just get everyone together, to see people that you may not see while you're working, and meet all the cool people there. We also have a private bathroom. It's very cool.
Yeah, we don't. We're working on it.
But I would say overall, I think student media has done a fantastic job of sort of expanding socially and what that looks like. So you're definitely seeing more events and more outreach from all of the organizations, and just opening up those lines of communication. And then as I kind of spoke to earlier, we are opening up our spaces, whether it be the studio and the equipment and spaces in the student media area, to where prior to, a lot of people thought, like, if I wasn't involved in any organization, then there was no way I could sort of connect with student media. Whereas now we're attempting to help everyone out and have everyone utilize it in the best way possible. For the question is, what's the best way to sign up, and any dates or times that you all have relevant to that?
So we don't have a deadline to sign up. You can just sign up whenever. But basically the best way to go about that is join us on PIN. I think it's spelled at GSU. And then from there, you can join our group meet, and make sure to join the iCollege page. That way you can get through orientation and start scheduling yourself for shifts.
For the Signal, we're trying to have everyone onboarded by September 23rd. So I would get your application in ASAP. I'd say probably like a week prior to that, like September 15th, 16th would be probably a great time. And then to get into it, our application is on our Instagram, Signal GSU, and it's the only link in the bio. And if you don't have Instagram, we're trying to add it to our PIN page right now. But if you just reach out to us through PIN, we'll email you the link.
Yeah, or just email any of us directly, which on the website and in the paper.
For Album 88, the applications are currently open, and all the applications are through the PIN page. So the Album 88 PIN page on pin.gsu.edu, and they'll be open until September 22nd. If you have any questions, you can reach out to the Instagram or any of the contact information on the page, but they're open now until September 22nd.
Is there 8 sessions on the PIN page? Yeah. Join the PIN or pull me aside.
Are there any paid opportunities within student media?
Okay, so with BELT, you have to join us first, but we do have a paid section where it's GSPN. So joining BELT, you get your trainings through there, and then from there, you have to apply to GSPN, which is our paid portion of the organization, and that's where you'll be officially a worker for us, and you'll be able to run your the thing that you wanted to do by yourself instead of having someone oversee you.
So currently there are no paid opportunities with the Signal, but experience is really great. And there are other really great opportunities as far as networking and connecting with other professionals in the industry at the moment.
A lot of people that work at the Signal, we have a lot of people that used to work at the Signal and now work at the New York Times or in Chicago and stuff. They work for a lot of big papers. So even though we don't have the money, it does look good. There's a pretty good roster. Yeah.
Yeah.
For Album 88, currently only our management positions are paid, so if you're at the station long enough and you get really comfortable with a certain position, you can apply to be a manager or director of a certain aspect of the station, and those are our paid opportunities there.
If there are no further questions, we'll use this time if you all have any last remarks, and then we'll allow everyone to kind of stop by and see you afterwards if you have time.
I don't. Gosh. Okay. Yeah, join Belt on our pin page and follow us on our Instagram, and make sure you join our group meet so you get our announcements and be up to date on everything. If you have any other questions, though, please come up to me and say hello, and just, I would love to meet all new members, because, like I said, our social is dying a little in Belt, so I kind of want to bring that up. But anyways, please. Oh, you have a question? Yeah, you should be able to. I think I stopped I stopped my shifts around baseball season, but I'm back on schedule with all the audio stuff for football games. So you should be able to. If you're having issues, though, I would say reach out to our advisor, Chandler Apple. I don't think he's here, but his email should be on our pin page. But please, if you guys have any other questions, come up to me.
Please join the Signal. We'd love to have you. We're super fun. We're super we're just the best. Oh my god. But yeah, please follow our Instagram, reach out through there, or on email, pin, anything like that. I'll be mingling after if you guys have any questions, and then I also have meetings today with our video team in the office, so I'll be there probably till about 3 p.m. if you want to stop by, check out the space, or just talk to me there. So yeah.
Yes, please join the Signal. That would be awesome. And if anybody else has any other questions that you didn't ask now, feel free to stop one of us afterwards. We'd love to talk with you. The room number is 250. Yeah.
This building.
It's right down the hall. Yeah.
You come up the stairs, it's the first room on the left.
Yes.
Join Album 88. It'll be super fun, super cool. Please see our table over there. Our lovely assistant programming director, Edith, is over there. Write down your phone number. Join on PIN if you're not already. Check out our Instagram. Do all the things. Ask questions to anyone you see with a cool Album 88 pin or t-shirt afterward if you have inquiries. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone, for joining. If you have any further questions, or let's say if you're in the space and you don't see them, or you have questions that you want to ask me, my office is directly across from there, is at 251. So thank you all for joining, and we look forward to hearing from you.